¿Cómo están todos aquí? Muy buenas. I was gonna call like 10 minutes ago, but I was taking my dogs outside like I'm always do when I come after work. I was going to do that, but I didn't eh, because I have to take the dogs outside to try to take them for for number one or number two, whatever, because I was working, so I take my big one outside. It's cold in here in Florida now. We have a cold weather here. We got another one, like we got one day with little heat, then we had the rain, and already at the afternoon, like before night, like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe five, it was already cold, feeling the winds and the cold, like yesterday already. Before yesterday we started, yeah, all the cold weather came in. I hope everybody's doing good and you have a great day at home o at work. Ojalá que hayan tenido un buen día de trabajo o en la casa, si están en la casa. Espero que hayan estado bien. Si Dios quiere, les deseo que hayan tenido un buen día. Yo trabajé, ustedes vieron mi video que estaba comiendo después a la hora de mi comida en el trabajo. Tengo muchas cosas que hacer en los días que trabajo, ¿lo ven? Sí. Entonces, estamos nosotros hoy mucho trabajo, mucha pizza, a lot of pizza today going on for the customers. Whole pizzas, 3, 4, 5 pizzas at once. Oh my God, I said, what's going on today, Friday? It's not even Saturday and Sunday and it's already this way. I said, what's happening here? Too much. Fue horrible. Oh, Dios mío, lo más grande de la vida. And I'm trying to watch some TV right now. Watching TV, some news. I want to see some news from Cuba, so I'm trying to watch that. Those news. Mm. So they're saying the hotels in Cuba, because they have out of Trump, has blocked the Venezuelans diesel for Cuba and Mexico diesel. That's the country that were sending always bunch of diesel every week, a lot for use daily, so much. But Mexico, because they want to get rid of the communism, because what they're doing, lo que están haciendo es vendiendo el petróleo desde hace tiempo, desde el año 2025. Last year, they were selling the diesel like 60%, and they only leave for the country the 40% for making the other things to work, hotels, some factories, some things for themselves, for the government. So They say the sanitary part in Cuba is under control, even it's out of the diesel for make the hospitals to work, and the tourism is under control. They have their own generator things that they save it, diesel, the savings things for that for the tourists and the hotels. They save it for what they want, not for the country, for the hotels because that's for their own money. That's why I left Cuba, and I cannot be more happy that I left Cuba and I came to United States. I cannot be more thankful to God that He gave me, right, the opportunity to come to United States with my husband. My husband married. We're still together from 1999. We started a relationship. We married at the end of 1999, December. I came here with the paperwork and everything in 2001, and I can't be more happy that I came to this country. That God opened the doors and gave me that opportunity to be here. Because I would, if I would be in Cuba now, living all those times in since last year, and now the 2026 is worse, even when it started this year, worse than ever. I don't know what was going to be with my life. God did it a good thing for me. That's why I always believe in God. Number one, He always saved me from everything. Since I born, He saved me from a lot of things. And I can see the way that He was working with me. It was saving me from different things around my life. Always putting some people in my way. So it will save me from suffering, hunger, and everything. God knows a lot. I can just tell you. He works different than we work. He takes his time, but he always did good things that was better for me. And I realize now, because when you are young, you don't realize, but when you adult, you realize how many things he did it to take people out of your way and things that were going to be bad for you. He already sees it before you see, because that's what the Bible says, that he moved people out of your way because they're not good people for you and other things. See? So how you guys comment, give a likes, and it says how was your day today, if you have a great day working or good dinner, or tell me what country you, anybody that is watching here is from. Write in the comment if what country you watching me, de dónde me están mirando, si es de México, de cualquier otro país latino, or if you're watching me from another country that is not Latin or other language. I speak English too, so I do understand reading and speaking. Well, I'm not going to speak it, but if you comment, I can read it too. I can read very well. And they are showing already that because Cuba do that, they go to your house, right? If you are people that are against to the government and you say something outside, or your neighbors can call the police. It's sad. Some neighbors do that to you in your same street where you live. It's always been like that when I live in Cuba, born in 77. And since I lived there until I got here in this country, 2001, it's always been was like that. Because it was already communism from 1959. 1960s when it started 61. It was a little different, but they throw the businesses away from US and other countries, and they throw the hanging things from the stores that were from other countries. They said that belongs to us now. They did all those kind of changes, taking all the things for themselves. The radio station that was always for the state, that belongs to the state. The state is them. It was them by then. The TV belongs to them, to the state. That's what they were saying. This Coca-Cola and Coke thing factory, that's from us. So they were hitting those things, cracking down. They were hanging and showing that commercial that you can see those. That's what they were doing when they were taking our country in those times, those years. Because I saw it in a video. So that's how I know all the things that they did. When they took Cuba, they took all the businesses. Hello, Chacedo. So Okay, so in Cuba they did that. I had a videos in black and white when they did the videos in those colors in 1959, 60s. Then some color videos too. Edit, hello, Edit. My name is Janet. Janet. Uh, Chasedurf. Yeah. So that when that happens, yeah. See, buena. Uh, then Cuba was bad. It was like that. Since then, the country has at times they were a little bit better when the Russians start. When the Russian things falls, communism. Hello, Jordan Daniel, Cesar Emanuel, buena. Hi. So when I say when the communists takes the country, it was few years, it was okay. In 75, they told me it was something going on that they don't have a rice in the country a lot, and people were eating a lot of spaghettis because it were out of rice. They always something going on since the communists start with taking our country. And after that, they start with the Russians in 79, 70 something. They start with the Russians. Um, I'm not texting. I am in my live from Florida. I'm in Florida, United States, Florida. So what I did, so the country was like that. Um, and since then, and we got the Russia, so that we were better when we work with the Russians together. But when they fall, we start like supposed to, let's say, a special period. That's how they call it. Like out of diesel again before, but not like now. Worst. Now it's worse than ever. So, but we got some food still, little bit of food. So now it's no food for the country outside. Oh, you Nigerian, Jordan Daniel? Oh, okay. Nice to meet you. Um, Cuba was like that, and it's been like that for many years. And now Trump is trying to get ready out of the communism, and he has a paperwork that is a law that they had it in Cuba before the communism gets there. That paper is Bolton Law. Burton Law. That's how they call it. And that law says in paper, it's write it down from many years, signed and everything from the other presidents when the Cuba was free, that the government in Cuba cannot make the change to only one type of government, dictatorship, or anything, one type. They cannot make those changes like that. It has to be with the people voting, everything. So in Cuba's no more voting since Castro, he died. It was the brother. The brother is very old. He's dying very soon. He's very sick of cancer, very sick. I don't wish for him anything bad. If he get bad things, it's because God is letting it happen because doing a lot of bad things for the people. And let me tell you, when you do very bad things, and don't regret in front of God that you didn't so much things for people in your own country, your brothers and sisters, everybody for your own country, you're gonna be have something for you. It's not the cancer. Cancer, anybody can have cancer. Also me. But you all the bad things, consequences for your bad things. It's different things could happen to you. And see, I'm watching a program in the TV. Is this one? That thing. See? And it has all the news. It calls Alain Paparazzi Cubano. Cuban paparazzi. So he's talking about when Antonio Ruiz. Él está hablando de todo. I'm talking Spanish now for if it's some Latin people here because I have Mexicans and somebody else's Cubans and everybody that comes here, Spain, anybody, so I can puedo decirle en español. ¿Sí? So, they have a plane. They say what is the number, the model of the plane, and what is the plane. The U.S. has it. Maybe Israel, other countries that has a good army, maybe has it too. So, but U.S. has it, and that plane went on top of Cuba, like yesterday or before yesterday, and it scanned the whole country from the Guantanamo and the end, Bayamo. That's the end of Cuba. I live in Matanza, so it's next to Havana. That's where I live, where I born, and I will grow up there, and all my life I live there. And that plane scans the whole Cuba. He told me that's the same thing they did with Venezuela before they did the things. And because they have a paper with the proof the Castro killed people, they tell the order of some place that went to Cuba 30 years ago, and no other presidents before this president did anything about it. Take them to an international court, everything, it put it, write it down in proof, and have a judge, everything to judge Castro's when they were alive by then, before, in those years, then saying it that they ordered to kill the people that were in those U.S. planes that went there from here to there, and they made the order to kill them, shoot it and kill that they die in the plane, and nobody did accusation, nobody did anything about it, and this president is doing a good things for us, and Marco Rubio trying to get rid of the communism that is killing us in hunger, killing my country over there, people in hunger, medicine, out of power. They even don't have anything to cook, gas, propane. In Cuba, don't have a propane for their own country, for the people inside. You have to find the outside somebody to sell you propane for cook at home in a 2,000, 10,000 pesos, which is a lot for Cuban people. Is you don't make it even that at work. So people doesn't have that much money. It's only the people who have dollars or any business who can pay for those prices for gas. And when you have out of power, you cannot even cook at home because no power for 25, 30 hours. And it's days and days like that. Maybe one day, 1 hour power. Maybe one day a week, 2 days, hours of power one day, and the other rest of the days, a lot of power outage. And now it's worse because they blocking the entrance of the diesel because they're selling the diesel. They're not using it for the people. Anyways, even they have it, they're not using it for the people to have power in their homes or the hospitals. They're using it for themselves, hotels, their own houses, and things that they needed for their own economy and their own money. They never think on us and in Cubans. We are nothing for them. I'm sorry, but they're gonna pay because they've been doing bad things, killing people. People leaving Cuba, coming to different countries, United States, they all around the world, getting out of there from that suffering, leaving their families and the mothers and the other people. Some other people, they have luggage from go back to Cuba and see the families again because they don't like the government or whatever. So they're blocking the people from go back over there and see the families again. They've been doing that to us all life. And you doing bad things for your own country. You're gonna pay for it later. See, don't worry. Later or soon, God sees it. And you don't know what you're gonna get. Because when you do good things, you get good things for you. But if you has a bad heart, you're gonna get bad things too. You have to regret for what you do. So you get bad things anyways because you have to learn, but God forgive you. But if you don't ask, please forgive me. I recognize now that I did very bad things for many years because I want too much money, everything. Well, you're gonna get things anyways because that's like a punishment that like your father punished it. God is like our father. See, we are here because of his mercy. But if you don't do anything, that's bad for you because you're gonna get worse than because your heart is hard, and if God sees it that your heart don't change, never. So that's bad. So these are the consequences. It's late, but God is using Trump and Marco to make it them to pay. Because God, he can come now, but he used some people. God uses people to do things. And I know it. I know it because I see it by my years that I'm in this world. So I see. So, hello, Eris Origin. So, that's in Cuba. That's the cane, sugar cane. Oh, let me see if I can have the sugar cane. Let me tell you, they make our country bad. Because I can tell you. Nosotros teníamos un sugar cane, right? Before Castro, and when Castro started, we still have number one sugar, best sugar in the world in Cuba. And imagine how the communism makes Cuba really bad, that we have to get sugar from other countries, like it never happened in Cuba. And since Castro died, Raul, he's still controlling that very well. And after Raul got sick and they had this one other dictator, Diaz-Canel, right? Diaz-Canel, it got worse. They don't cut enough, they don't have enough people to cut with machete because they use a lot of machete to cut those sugar canes to make it the production for the sugar, right? The white sugar and then the brown sugar. See, this one, this coffee I'm drinking, because Cuban likes a lot brown sugar. I love it. So every time Cubans we drink coffee, we use brown sugar. And I told my mother told me in Cuba when I went to over there in 2023, 2 years, it's gonna be 3 years now in December, but not yet. She told me, "You like brown sugar?" I said, "Yes, I love the brown sugar. I don't like white sugar at all. Brown sugar tastes very good." And she said, and they say it's healthy. I said, "Yeah, ask the doctors. Brown sugar is more healthy than the white. It doesn't have any chemicals. It's not clean. It's pure sugar, so it's better for you." Uh, so she said, "I don't like it." I said, but I like the taste. It's better." And Cubans, I went to a restaurant here and I asked her, "You have a brown sugar?" And I was I want to go to put it, and she asked me a question. The lady that was bringing me the food to the table, and she asked me, "You Cuban?" I said, "Yes." I said, "I know it." I said, "Why?" She said, "Because you asked for brown sugar. And every time the Cubans comes here in this restaurant to eat, they always ask me for the brown sugar." So I say, "Yes, Cubans, we all like brown sugar." And I told her, my mother doesn't like it, but we all, there, when I lived there all those years, we always like brown sugar better than white sugar. Because our sugar was very good. I told you, the number one in the world, sugar. And the best one, it was our sugar cane. Well, also, the cigars too. Number one for many years. I don't know if that changed, but we had the number one. Also, we have a giant cigars, like it costs $4,000 something. They're giant cigars. Is one kind that they do in Cuba. But our cigars were also number one. Our country went from very good to very bad. Our tourism, before Castro, our tourism was number one in the world, in the Caribbean, everywhere, number one. A lot of countries, they all like to go to Cuba, everything, because it was like a paradise. But that's why I say communism really is really bad. Anybody, I pray to God, nobody gets into that communism like a Nicaragua or Venezuela, because every time there's a communist countries, men and women and everybody's here, your country is gonna go to hell. To hell. I know it. I live there. Yeah, I got some years, 1999, 98, 94, 95, that I got some hour of power outages, but not like now, not 20 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours. But now it's worst from last year to this year. Like it's now, never. I went out of there 2001, so I don't see power outage no more. But when I was there, yes. So we always have problems, but now it's more. But we got the hospitals very well, good shape, no good shapes now. Everything is broken. Things are not working. No medicine. I'm Cuban, and I know. And I see news, and I see videos, information. One Cuban guy. See? He is family of the Castros talking in a. The interviewing him is in a table. They're all sitting, talking some kind of caca, like some kind of not good thing. He's talking something it's not good. All lies. They all talk lies. A lot of lies. See? That's one of the Castro's son. One Castro's son. One of them. I like three of them over there. One is sergeant, the highest level. That's there's one person in the Castro. They having a talking with him for changes, and he's like accessing. But Canel, who is the president, they're not talking to him. He says he's not gonna make any change. They can talk to him, but respect the system that we have. And here they don't want to respect that kind of system. That system is not respect. It's killing us in hunger and everything. And things are falling in Havana, buildings and everything. People losing their houses because it's falling, and the government even don't help people in nothing. No. It's talking a lot of lies. Right there. A lot of lies. All lies in the TV. TV there, news, all lies. Yeah, all lies. So I'm passing that, see? I'm watching him talking. I passed that, the whole thing. See? I'm here in Florida. I live in Florida. Jordan Daniel, I live in Florida. He's talking all the programs that they're doing now, programming themselves from out of the power, everything that they're doing. Too much lies and too much not good. See? Oh my God. I'm passing. See, I'm passing that forward to listen to paparazzi, but I don't want to listen all those things. Antonio Ría, yo le digo de buena a usted también, ¿ok? So, I'm telling you, my country, oh my God. That people, that government is. You know, you go some parts of Cuba, right? Oh my God. I don't live in Havana, I live in Matanza. But things are destroying a little bit, but Havana is worst. You see the video how some parts of Havana, the old Havana, look like? Oh man, look like somebody they did bombing there, attack. And all the buildings from Spain that we haven't done in Cuba, the only couple of them are maintained because the government want the tourists sees it. The other ones are like horrible. They're still talking. I don't know why paparazzi all that talking. Oh look. Let me touch you. Look, Cuba map. Oh, they took it off. Let me put it back so you can see from far. The Cuban map and some of the news. Satellite, the base on Cuba, they have the scanning. U.S. Air Force, like flying over Cuba. Let me show you. The Cuban island. Let me see. They're going to have it again. Oh, mira, somebody from Matanza. That's my city where I born in Cuba. A lot of people is testing paparazzi from Matanza. The Cuban map in the satellite. See, that thing in red is a military presence in the sea. close to Cuba. See, like 11 miles, I think that's what it is. Something like that from Cuba. 110 miles or something that is close to Cuba, very close in the Caribbean Sea. So, so they said the same thing that they did it to Nicolas Maduro, that's the same thing that are starting doing more now before they do something else. I wish, I hope, and it's gonna happen. I know God is gonna do it. And he said that scanning plane knows now where is everything in the government. Well, you doing bad things for us for so many years. It's time for pay. And God is using somebody to do it. He cannot do it himself with the planes because God is a spirit. Well, he's working in some people, in their minds. God works like that. See, who is Christian? You understand? God uses persons for do things because he cannot done it himself. He's a spirit, but he's using some people. See, see. Look, he's saying something. Red radars, the bases in Cuba, militaries, the whole Cuba. He know where everything is at. That's what he says. So they already discovered where are the militaries, spies bases in Cuba, who spies here and everything. They already located them. See? Those two, see? And they said they already knows where the ones are from China there, that the Cuban government let them to have them in Cuba to spy here too, the Chinese inside Cuba. See? That's they have them in satellite picture. Well, I told you. So I think I'll finish. They have everything located. Well, you're gonna get your things now. See? Can play with US. So I see everyone later. I'm gonna finish this live. Bueno, que tengan una buena noche para todos. Dios les bendiga. Voy a ver si como algo. Tengo un poquito de hambre. And I see everyone later, okay? God bless everybody.